and welcome to Mixed Media Menagerie for June. This month our theme is warm colors. We have the sunshine theme, and we are using a pen, salt, and watercolor. We also have a sponsor, Peace Craft Love. You can use code JUNEMMM for a 10% discount. This is a shop that's based out of Houston, and they sell all sorts of things like these wonderful liquid watercolors they sent us, some distress inks. They also sell Dina Wakley Media products, a bunch of different types of stamps and stencils, and a whole bunch of different things. So definitely check them out and use that code for the 10% discount. This month was my month for the ephemera, and I went through and just like emptied some of my drawers and put it all in to a pack. So we've got a bunch of different stuff here, and I think going forward we're actually going to start limiting the amount of ephemera that we're giving each month, because it does kind of seem like a lot and a little daunting at times. But I went through and I found a bunch of things that had warm colors and that I thought would go with the theme, and put them all together. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I normally do, is tear up some of these papers and glue them down to my page as a background. So it was about right here that my video actually died because my battery died. So I stopped recording. But I glued down a whole bunch of these papers, and then I took the napkin and glued that down over top of those papers, just to add more of that color and texture. And now I am taking gesso and going over all of that just to kind of make it all meld together and push into the background. Then I am taking this watercolor resist paint that we got from Peace Craft Love, and I am going to paint a sunshine with it, or a sun. I guess you can't really paint a sunshine, but I'm painting a sun with it. And I won't make you go through the whole process, but I let it dry, and now I'm going over it with the watercolors. So we have, I sprayed some water, and then I'm taking the Hero Arts liquid watercolors, and I'm going over my whole background. And you can kind of see some of the texture from the resist stuff kind of poking out. It wasn't as obvious as I had wanted it to be, so I eventually went over it kind of with like a wet paper towel, and it stood out a little bit more and kind of showed the layers underneath a little bit better. I kind of wish that I had taken my sun rays and gone all the way to the edge of the page instead of stopping kind of halfway in the middle. But you know, it is what it is. Came out how it came out, and I just kept on going with it. So I'm just taking between all of my watercolors and the Hero Arts watercolor, just going over the whole background. So now I'm taking the distress watercolor paper that we got from Peace Craft Love, and I am making some collage papers with my watercolors to use as what I was hoping to use as focal points on my page. So I'm going to do some different watercolor techniques, and then put the salt on them. So here I'm just making a wash with a bunch of blended colors. Then I'll put the salt on, and then I'm also going to paint different types of flowers and just have fun kind of experimenting with the paper, the watercolors, and the salt. So here I'm using the resist again to create some watercolor doodles, and then I'll go over it later with watercolor after it dries. And it does look really cool. I like it when I use it in this instance. I don't know if it's because it's a little more repetitive, but it's not as subtle, I guess. But you do have to make sure that you let it dry completely before you put any watercolor onto it, just so you know. For whatever reason, I had these hot pink dots, like they're tissue paper dots with like hot pink on them, and I just really wanted to use it in my spread, so I just slapped those suckers right over the bottom of my sun there. And you can see that there's some black lines and stuff around where my sun was, and I had used a Stabilo pencil to make it stand out a little bit, so I had wanted to maybe have like the Stabilo kind of watered down watery rays of the sun, and then with the resist stuff it just didn't really turn out the way I wanted. None of it really turned out the way I wanted, but here we are. So yeah, I added those pink dots to my sun, and then I was thinking I might take these on the burlap page, instead of just doing one page, make it like a little bit of a spread. So I decided to cut up the papers of watercolor and make like a little grid collage from them. Just kind of something different and something that still goes with like the color theme and everything like that. So I'm finally happy with my layout of the pieces. So I took my Yes paste and I started gluing everything down. I was thinking about staples, but my stapler doesn't reach all the way to like the middle of the page, so I figured may as well just use the Yes paste, and that will stick everything down just fine. So I wanted to add my sentiment, and I had these little, they're supposed to be for like a marquee sign from Holtz. They're little clear black letters. So I'm using that. I'm gonna write "You Are My Sunshine," but I am just writing the "You Are My" with the letters, and then I'm going to take a paint pen and write in my own handwriting the word sunshine, which I rarely ever do. I'm really not sure what came over me to want to write out sunshine, because I don't know if you can tell on the bottom of the journal, like underneath the journal there, I have all the letters to spell out sunshine, but I decided I wanted to write it out. So also you could see under my journal I had tried different ways of writing it out on my underpaper. So then I just decided to go for it, and I am taking the paint pen, one of the paint pens that we got from last month's sponsor. I'm using that to write out sunshine, and then I'm gonna take a white gel pen also and kind of embellish my word a little bit. I don't know if you can hear, but right now while I am recording this, it is storming outside. It's been like on and off storming for like 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to storm or rain for like another week and a half. It's really, I mean, I guess it's the rainy-ish season because it's spring, but still, it's been like constant, which my flowers really enjoy. But my husband is sad that it's been storming because he does astrophotography, and it's been really cloudy, and you know, rainy, so it hasn't been good for him. But my flowers are happy, so that's really nice. Normally I kill flowers, so it's been kind of nice that they've been getting all of the water they need, and I haven't had to do a whole lot. But anyway, back to the video. As you can see, I'm just going through and embellishing my word, and yeah, trying to make myself happier with it, because I'm not a big fan of my writing, but it just is what it is. And now I'm taking the rub-ons that I gave for the ephemera drop. These are from, I think they're from Faber-Castell, and they're not, is that right? Faber-Castell? Yeah. And they're not called rub-ons. They're called, I think, image transfers or something, but they're basically just rub-ons of these feathers. So I've had them for forever, and I thought I should finally use them. So I'm just kind of putting them in various places around the page. So I also really liked this quote from one of the napkins. I think it's a Jane Davenport napkin, actually. She had sold a bunch of different ones at Michael's a while back, and I think it says, "Laughter is a smile with the volume turned up." So I put that on top of this area of my little collage over here. I just used some regular matte medium to do that, and then I'm adding the other feather. And then I also had some other Jane Davenport things. I had some other rub-ons that I used. They were like little color swatches. And here I'm fiddling around with these little wood, they're like little wooden cutout things. I was trying to put them on the collage there to make it a little less grid-like and linear, and then I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, so I was just kind of letting it sit there, and I decided, oh, I should probably seal my rub-ons with some matte medium, so that's what I'm doing here. I eventually take off the little wood pieces, but later on I put them back, and I don't actually film that part, but I just glue them down with my Yes paste. So now I'm going to take my black acrylic spray and do my speckles, and then I'm going to take some white acrylic spray and also do my speckles, and then that's going to be pretty much it. This was a very interesting journey. I can't say it's my favorite spread that I've done for Mixed Media Menagerie, but you know, we all have our ones that we don't necessarily like. That's all about the process, you know. We go through and we try new things. These are a bunch of new things that I had never tried before, and you know, that's how we learn. So thank you for coming on this journey with me. I hope that you enjoyed the process. I hope that you'll play along with us this month. Don't forget that at the end of the month we draw somebody from the Mixed Media Menagerie hashtag on Instagram to win the ephemera pack. Plus, if we have a sponsor, you'll win some other fun goodies. This month was a $30 gift card. Who knows what it'll be next month, but make sure you play along, and I can't wait to see what you create. Thank you for watching.